What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mark Thompson, back for another exciting episode of the AVOPODCAST. Look, I took off 2 weeks, but look, life happens. Had a little bit of snow, and we had the holidays last week, so I was eating good. You know what I mean? Had the sweet potatoes, you know what I mean? The turkey, the ham, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the pies. I had all that good stuff, but don't think I forgot. I got a lot of sports to get off my chest. And look, today is dedicated to Philadelphia sports and Philadelphia sports only. And this week, we talking about my Philadelphia Sixers, and Philadelphia Eagles. First, I'm gonna start off with the Sixers, man. The Sixers, they're the team in Philadelphia right now. We picked up Jimmy Butler, big pickup, major pickup. We traded Robert Covington, and we also traded Dario Saric. And we got Jared Bayless off the books. Get him out of here. Look, I'm very happy about this trade. I'm happy about this trade for so many reasons. Now, if you've heard previous shows back when I was doing audio, I didn't really want the Sixers to go after Jimmy Butler. And one of the reasons I didn't want to go after Jimmy Butler is because of, all the rumors about him being a nuisance in the locker room and calling out his teammates and this, that, and the third. And look, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Right now, the Sixers, Jimmy Butler, this is what we needed. At the end of the day, Jimmy Butler, he fits as a Philadelphia guy. Like, he's a hard worker, he's scrappy, he's good on defense, he can get us a solid bucket, he can get a bucket when we need it. All he want to do is win. And believe it or not, this trade works out for the fans, because whenever the Sixers lose, who was we talking about? We was talking about Robert Covington, and we was talking about Dario Saric not giving us enough production. So what happened? Ship him to Minnesota. Peace. Look, I'm very happy with the Jimmy Butler trade. Like I said, I had some concerns, but with him on the team, let me tell you what we're getting. All right, we're getting a top 20 player, all right, who can play both the 3, the 2, he can guard the 1, he can guard anybody you need him to guard. He's a great on-ball defender. He's very passionate, very vocal. He's going to get in your face, and he's going to make these guys perform the way that they need to perform. And I think he's going to really like it here in Philly. Like, for example, if you compare Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns, look, I don't think mentally they even on the same track. Listen, Joel Embiid go at every player he sees. You already heard him talk about how he has real estate in Drummond's head, who plays for the Detroit Pistons. Like, stop playing. And he outplays Hassan Whiteside every time he plays against him. So he's always going at the centers. You don't hear anything like that from Karl Anthony Towns. So that's already a plus that works in our favor. And Ben, he's a bona fide baller. Like, he's not going back down from nothing. Look, he don't have a jump shot, but come on, he's very vocal. He gonna do his thing on the court. I'll edge him over Andrew Wiggins. So at the end of the day, this Jimmy Butler deal, fantastic. So far, we've had him for 8 games, and he's given us a little under 19 points per game, which I love. This is what you need. And truth be told, a lot of the games that we have won, we're actually, let me check my notes. We're actually 6-2 since we've gotten Jimmy Butler. And he's hit 2 game winners for us. Come on. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what we need. It takes a lot of pressure off some of our younger guys, a la Markelle Fultz. I'm gonna definitely get on that situation too, because I gotta get some things off my chest right now. And it gives us so much more, and it definitely talks about the Sixers more being one of the top 3 teams in the East, especially with Boston struggling right now. So it's just outstanding to see the Sixers be doing their thing. We got a big 3. We got a solid big 3 out here. So come on, what can we really do, right? The last 10 games, we won 7 out of 10. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we need. Like I said, Jimmy's a great on-ball defender, high-energy guy. This is something that the city needs. He's a hard blue-collar worker, and hopefully, I think he can extend with us. He can definitely sign with us in the future. We missed the boat. We didn't get LeBron. We didn't get Kawhi. So, I'll take Jimmy Butler as a consolation prize. And at the end of the day, he's the type of player who can get his own bucket when Ben and Joel leave the floor, which is something important. This is something that the Philadelphia 76ers need, because when those two guys are out there, we don't really have much. Now, the bench, I do like the bench. We do get some good production, but there's always room for improvement. So Wilson Chandler, he's finally getting his legs under him. He can hit the wide open three now. He's getting more minutes. He's no longer has that minutes restriction, which is fantastic. We're going to need him at that stretch four. Also, I like Mike Muscala. Moo! That's my man right there. I like him. Landry Shamet, I didn't know we was getting this out of Wichita State. Like, I seen him a little bit, but I didn't know we was getting this. He has his moments on defense, but he's a young kid. He has time to improve. He'll get there, but he does bang that three ball. And if you watch the games, he runs a lot of the same plays that they run for JJ. So he's coming off multiple screens. He get it, catch and shoot, bread. That's Landry Shamet right there, and I like that. That's definitely a good asset. Sixers right now, they're sitting 15-8 in the Eastern Conference, which puts them third, right where I said they'd be all year. I mean, Boston is at number 1, Toronto definitely is, but Milwaukee is number 2. So those three teams are definitely the teams to beat right now in the Eastern Conference. Also, Sixers got the best record at home in the NBA. They're sitting at 11-1, so we definitely protect our court. We lost I don't even want to talk about it, but we lost a bum-ass game to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, what? Why do we do that? But whatever. Still got the best home record in the NBA, so definitely protecting the floor. Fans is getting out there each and every home game to support the Sixers because, hey, it's something to do in the city, especially since the Eagles been... I'm going to talk about that later, but this is all about the Sixers. So, very excited for this team, and honestly, we got a nice stretch of games where we can really see how our new look 76ers stand against some of the better teams in the NBA. So for our next 5 games, we got the Wizards, Grizzlies, Raptors, Pistons. I like these games. Now, the Grizzlies, believe it or not, they're definitely one of the top 5 teams in the Western Conference. I know a lot of teams got off to a slow start. Houston, Golden State, New Orleans Pelicans, a lot of the top teams out west got to a slow start. So Grizzlies, they're right there at the top. And they also beat us in overtime already this year. So this would definitely be a good revenge game for us. And now we got Jimmy Butler, so we'll see how that works. We got the Pistons again. Blake Griffin put up 50 on us last time. That's unacceptable because he was frying Dario Saric all night. He's not on the squad no more, so that ain't gonna happen. You can bet your bottom dollar that's not gonna happen. And what I'm very excited to see, even though it doesn't mean much, it's a regular season game, but I get to see how our new look Sixers look against the Toronto Raptors. Now, one thing, I never really had no major beef with Covington. It's just that he was inconsistent. But from a guy who watches every Sixers game, I can tell you for sure that he really wasn't, NBA all-first defense. He was great at the passing lanes, but he was not really good on the ball. He would get cooked by the offense, and he didn't have amazing lateral quickness. Now, with that being said, now that we have Jimmy Butler, he can guard Kawhi Leonard out there on the perimeter, which is going to really, Jimmy Butler's locked down. So I'm excited to see this matchup. Ben and Kyle Lowry had a little beef last year. Ben talking about Kyle Lowry, see me outside, whatever. Look, I don't know how much they get down in Australia, but look, Ben was about that talk, so it ain't happened, but, it's something to watch for. But with Toronto having the best record in the NBA, it's definitely something that I want to see for sure. So the Sixers just continue to keep up their momentum. As I said, 6-2 since adding Jimmy Butler with 2 game winners. And overall, our last 10, we've won 7 games, 11-1 at home. Sixers are definitely one of the top teams in the NBA, and they will continue to be one of the top teams in the NBA. Only thing I'll say that they need to add, they can add another veteran for sure. Give us a good bench presence because we are still missing something on the bench. There's rumors about Trevor Ariza. We just missed Kyle Korver, but truth be told, I didn't really want Kyle Korver. I mean, he's a great three-point shooter, but he's a liability on defense, and that's not what we need right now, especially since Brett Brown harps so much on defense. So Kyle Korver, cool. See you back in Utah. speaking of the Sixers bench, the new guy, the head guy, would be Markelle Fultz. He's no longer in the starting lineup since Jimmy Butler has, since we acquired Jimmy Butler. Now, this whole Markelle Fultz thing, it's been frustrating for me because I'm a Markelle Fultz fan. Like, I'm behind this kid 100%. I see the potential. I just honestly feel that the Sixers have handled his injury incorrectly. Now, people say it's mental. There's rumors he was riding an ATV. And look, we don't really know the speculation, but from what I think, just from the outside looking in, I want you to look at it like this. So the Sixers had to sit Joel Embiid for 2 years, right? Boom, sit him. They had to sit Ben Simmons for another year. I think with them no longer tanking and teams getting penalized for tanking, they didn't really know how to handle Markelle Fultz. He got injured. We don't know when he got injured. But I'll tell you one thing. When he played for the Sixers during that summer league, his ankle looked great. He injured his ankle. His jump shot looked good. He was able to get to the bucket. No problem. He looked just like that guy from Washington. And now he comes in and he can't even put up a jump shot. You know what I'm saying? He's struggling with his free throws and everything. So I truly think he has a shoulder injury that was mishandled, and they thought physical therapy was the answer all this time. But in actuality, he needs surgery. So as of right now, Markelle Fultz has not been suiting up for the Sixers. And I almost guarantee you, after he goes to see his specialists and whatnot, they're supposed to have information on him this weekend about what they're going to do with him in the future as far as him playing on the court, after him being evaluated. I bet you, and you know it, I'm telling you now, I bet you they're going to say it's a shoulder injury. He's going to need surgery. I'm telling you. Let him get the surgery. Let him heal. He doesn't have to have that pressure now that we have Jimmy Butler. Before, without Jimmy Butler, he was our third guy. We lost out on LeBron. We lost out on Kawhi. So everyone put the pressure on Markelle to be our third guy. Guess what? We picked up Jimmy Butler. So look, let Markelle chill. All right, let him heal up so he can be the best player that he can be. And he is the future. J.J. Redick is old. So don't think J.J. Redick's going to be here for the next 3, 4, 5 years. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So let's take care of home. And call me crazy because, I talk to my homies about this. They think I'm nuts. But if we get rid of Markelle Fultz, it'd be the same thing as the Lakers getting rid of D'Angelo Russell. Because, in my opinion, D'Angelo Russell is way better than Lonzo Ball. And if D'Angelo Russell was still on the Lakers right now, come on. You already know that's LeBron's second guy. Not no Lonzo Ball. So that would be a huge mistake, and I pray the Sixers don't just toss him for some second round pick. And another thing, especially Philly fans, because I listen to Philly sports radio all day, and let's be real, nobody's beating the Golden State Warriors. So ain't no championship happening this year, and ain't no championship happening next year. So at the end of the day, y'all need to pipe down and chill. No team is beating the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series. Until those guys collapse and separate, you can see a little bit of it now between Draymond and KD. But other than that, look, ain't nobody beating them in a 7-game series. So chill. Ain't no championship coming this way in the next 2 years. I'm just being real. I'm a fan. I would love to see it, but it's not going to happen. Moving on, man. My Philadelphia Eagles is I don't even know where to start. It's been a normal year. This is how Philadelphia Eagles games and fans have been, except for last year when we won the Super Bowl. It's always been up and down, up and down. We get this close, and the next thing you know, we implode. And it's a normal year. It's just frustrating coming off of a Super Bowl victory. You would expect the Eagles to, come out, be on fire, firing at all cylinders, since a lot of the guys that didn't play last season were healthy, and we got them back. Now, yeah, like I've said, man, they're not playing with the energy, and it's just frustrating to watch. But I really lost it that game when we lost to Dallas. That one hurt. That one took so much emotion out of me. Like, it really took a lot of emotion out of me. I think that was the first time I've cried myself to sleep in a long time. I mean, so like when we had lost that game to Dallas, I had no emotion when we lost to the Saints. I was just like, oh. I mean, we just lost to Dallas at home. We had on black. We don't lose in the black, and we're gonna lose at home and in the black. That's a no-go for me. But at the end of the day, they are not out of it, and I'm still with my boys. We have a chance. At the end of the day, look, we want to be underdogs. That's who we are. But the destiny is all in our hands. It's all in our hands. We got 3 divisional games left. It's all up to us. We just beat the Giants last week, which I feel like they gave to us. But after rewatching some of the highlights, our defense really did pick it up in the second half. And Saquon Barkley, he was definitely out there for them plays, but they just couldn't get him the ball, and our defense really adjusted, believe it or not. You know, Jim Schwartz, he don't do that adjustment stuff, but they adjusted and slowed down the Giants. But that's not hard. The Giants aren't that great this year. But with that being said, it's all about us. Whatever we can do to make the playoffs. Like, they still have a chance. The Eagles have a chance. Of course, like, we have Dallas. We have Washington twice. We have the Rams. And we have Houston. These are the Rams and Houston. Those are going to be some very difficult games. All right, like, we definitely need to get it together and do the doggone thing. So we can definitely beat Washington because they're depleted. They don't have their quarterback anymore. And then, as I mentioned in earlier shows, they lost 2 of their best offensive linemen. So we already know what's going on with them. Now, Dallas, they have been hitting their strides a little bit. Did I say Washington? If I said Dallas, that was a typo. Not a typo, mistake, but I meant to say Washington. Dallas, on the other hand, they did get the best of us. They did just beat Washington on Thanksgiving. So they're hitting their stride, but they got the Saints, and you know how that might turn out. So you'll see the results. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's all up to us. And we need to have a good, solid balance. Like, there's no reason why the Philadelphia Eagles, a pro football team, should run the ball 14 times an entire game. That's unacceptable. In order for our RPO to work, you got to run the ball. You got to trust your guys. And the offensive line actually works better with the run. And I like what they did with Josh Adams the last game against New York because they stayed dedicated to the run, which gave us balance. That's why we were good last year. Listen, I know we're missing pieces. We no longer have LeGarrette Blount. He was great. He was great. He was a good ground and pounder. But look, we got to make adjustments, all right? We could use certain guys the way we did last year. It's just, you got to think. Like, at this point, I feel like the Eagles are being out-coached. They're being out-schemed. We're playing checkers. Everyone else is playing chess. Or we're just making shit too difficult, all right? At the end of the day, Josh Adams, that's your pounding ground guy. All right, cool. So, you like to throw Wendell Smallwood in there? Go ahead. Throw him in there. Time and time, you know, when Josh Adams is tired after he's been running and wearing down defense. Cool. Now, if you're smart, you want to use Corey Clement, kind of similar to your Darren Sproles, your third down guy. Throw to him out the backfield. Hey, have him return some things here and there, some kicks, punts, whatever, you know. And don't even get me started. Use Golden Tate. It's not fucking excuse my language this week. It's not rocket science, all right? Like, it frustrated me last week watching Amari Cooper for Dallas. He's only been there 2 or 3 weeks. He's already implemented into their offense, having over 150 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns against the Redskins on Thanksgiving. Like, that was tough to watch. And we can't even get Golden Tate the ball on the slant. Stop it, man. These is pros, man. Just get them out there. They'll make it happen. Like, just trust our guys. It's not that deep. Stop overthinking. All right? So, look, with that being said, it's all in your hand, Eagles. Do it. Do it for us, man. Do it for y'all. Like, didn't y'all like the taste of that champagne? You know? Didn't y'all like that parade down Broad Street? You know, having the whole talk at the art museum, you know, doing your thing. Didn't y'all like that? Didn't y'all like the fans going crazy? Well, look, y'all need to recreate that because we still rocking with y'all. This season is not over. Y'all have a chance. Y'all have an opportunity. Do it for us. Stop living on that high. It was last year. I get it. We don't have new Super Bowl champs. Y'all are the defending Super Bowl champs. Play like it and act like it. Alright? As always, it's your boy, Mark Thompson. Another exciting episode of the AVO podcast. Look, I'm going to be back next week, of course. I'm excited. You know, I got more games coming up. More things to talk about with my Sixers, my Eagles, and other NFL players and NBA players as well. But look, y'all know, y'all keep tuned, y'all keep watching, because y'all know I'm a prophet. When I tell y'all about Derrick Rose, when I tell y'all about Kemba Walker, I'm gonna just name 2. But y'all know I be talking that stuff. So until next week, peace.